Hi, this is Todd Toback, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to handle your incoming hot and warm leads. Now, this video is the fourth part in a four-part series on how to triage, how to handle your incoming leads for maximum speed, maximum efficiency, and of course, maximum profit. In video 1, 2, and 3, we talked about the different kinds of leads, and in videos 2 and 3, we talked about how to handle the do not contact leads and then the cold leads, right? So in today's video, we're going to talk about hot and warm leads, how to handle the leads that have the motivation. And so I'm going to tell you what to do with those and how to close them. Before I jump into today's video, my name is Todd Toback, and I've wholesaled a little bit more than 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up by somebody on my team and not by me personally. My goal is to transform you from real estate hustler into real estate business owner so that you can extract yourself out of your business and own this asset that's going to throw off cash month after month after month. So if you have not been to my website, Next Level Wholesaling, I have created an assessment for you. And it's going to have you rate yourself in the 4 core areas of your business, that is marketing, acquisition, disposition, and your cash flow. Very, very, very important. Super easy. Going to take you 2 minutes. It's going to take the blinders off your eyes. And it's going to give you that next step of what you need to do to start to extract yourself to get to that next level. So head over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, take the assessment, take you 2 minutes, and I promise you it'll be worth your time, my gift to you. All right, so in today's video, I'm really going to focus on that hot and warm lead. So first, what is a hot and warm lead? Well, a hot and warm lead is, you have to be careful on how you define that, right? We have the people who are like, hey, I need to sell right now, come on over. I just inherited this property and I'm going to sell to the first person who comes over here and gives me cash, right? And that is great. That's what we call a laydown. And those are awesome, right? Anyone can close that deal. If you show up, if you've got a pulse, you can probably do that. Now, the size of the deal is going to be dependent on your skill and your guts and what you're willing to say and do in terms of your courage, right? But anyone can close a laydown. The other type is the warm lead, someone who's got a situation brewing, the stew that's going to take, 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, 2 years to close. And so you have to understand the difference in that last category of lead. Either way, a hot or warm lead is somebody who has a situation brewing. And you want to be able to recognize this. Either they're ready to sell today, or the situation that they have, right? Family member living in the property, rent-free, an inherited property where the siblings are fighting, a tax problem coming up, a tenant who's abusive towards the landlord, all these things that you can smell when you've been in this business. Excuse me. You start to sense, right? Very, very important. Where a lot of people get tripped up is they start to mix everything together. And when they do that, they get clouded and they can't see and they can't think, right? They get this fog in their brain because everything looks the same except for these super, super, super hot, ready to jump off a cliff types of leads. And I can tell you those aren't that common. Those are gifts. Those are, bolts of lightning that strike. And you got to be at the right place in the right time. And so if you use those to run your business, you will be out of business, right? That is not the predictability that will drive cash flow. Yes, we love those. Yes, you love to close them. But really, the money is made in the warm leads and the leads that you nurture. So it's very important that you start to separate these, your hot and warm leads. Now, something that we do once a week is we take a look at our top 20 or top 30. You can do that depending on your skill level, and take all the other leads and kind of put them to the side. You got to work your top 20 and 30 hot leads. Print them out on an Excel spreadsheet or a sheet of paper or a whiteboard or a flip chart, whatever system you want to use. You want to take your top 20 and 30 and shut out the noise and say, what is the very next step that needs to happen for me to close these deals? The next 20 or 30, what is the very next step? Now, some of these are not going to be ready, right, for 5-6 months, right? Fine, define that. Right? Say, this is not going to be ready until 4 months. This is not going to be ready for 5 months. This is not going to be 6 months. Here, here, and here. So that's going to leave you with maybe 4 or 5 deals that you can close this week. Then you start to narrow in and focus in and close in and start to reel that puppy in, right? Get it on the line and start to reel it in. And now what we must do is compress the timeline. Where a lot of people get caught up is let the deals go on and on and on. The seller says, hey, let me call you back next week, right? Let me do this, let me do that, right? And because sellers are natural procrastinators, if they weren't, they wouldn't have gotten in this position in the first place, right? It is your job to lead. It's your job to ask the right questions. It's your job to compress the timeline. So how do you compress timelines? With commitments. I talked about this in a couple of my sales videos on YouTube. Check those out. How to close motivated sellers, right? There's like 4 or 5 videos on how to do that. But it's really important, again, to have the seller define what the next step is. You don't want to push sellers. You want to have the sellers push themselves, right? They say, hey, listen, I got to talk to my accountant. This is so confusing. I don't know what to do. Right? That's what they do, right? You have to say, great, I'll tell you what day do you think you can meet with your CPA next week? Probably Thursday. Okay, well, what is the exact question that you need to ask him? Well, I need to ask him the tax implications of this. Okay, great. Well, what if he tells you that there's no tax implications? Or what if he tells you that there's a $30,000 tax implication? How does that affect us? Well, I guess I'd have to sell either way. Okay, well, great. Well, at least you'll know, right? But can you speak to your CPA on Thursday like we agreed? And, if nothing changes, what's going to happen on Friday when we meet? And they'll say, well, I guess I'm ready to do business. Right? Have them define that. Have them say it. Have them tell you what the very next step is. That's going to be very, very, very important. And compress those timelines. Keep focusing. Laser in on those hot and warm leads. That is where the money is. Now, when you're training someone, train them on this process, right? Take the hots, focus on the next step, label them, and go after them like a lion goes after a gazelle, right? Hunt your game. Get clear. A lot of people, right, the lion, right, they try to catch 5 or 6 or 30 or 100 different leads. No. Narrow in, focus on the prey, okay, and attack. And I mean that in a healthy way, all right? So if you like this video, do me a favor. Let me know in the comments what are the future videos that you like. Or share this and make sure you subscribe. Really, really appreciate that. But most importantly, for yourself, head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Download the assessment. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, if you want to extract yourself out of your business and own an asset that really throws off cash without you, okay, download the assessment and then sign up for a consultation with Brett, okay? He'll let you know if we're a fit to speak or not. You got to be doing business already, got to be making money already to get in my coaching program. But if you're looking to get to that next level and really bust into that 7-figure mark and do it with a team of people, you might want to check out Next Level Wholesaling. So it all starts with that assessment, all right? Talk to you soon, and let me know what you think. Bye.